Archangel Michael says, the moment you opened this message, the chains of limitation started cracking beneath your feet. You were never made to follow the rules they tried to box you into. You are different, chosen, separated, and today, the mold is breaking for good. Something in the spiritual realm has begun to rumble. The people who once overlooked you are now forced to turn and stare. Not because you shouted, but because your silence has become powerful. This is not just a normal day, this is the beginning of your new movement. You are stepping into the energy that was hidden inside you for years. Even the air around you feels different, charged, waiting for what you will do next. Archangel Michael says, people will try to understand how you got here. They will whisper, question, and assume, but they will never be able to define your path. Because your path is divine, not man-made, and it's lighting up with every bold step you take. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You are not like them, and that's the very reason you're being elevated. You never fit into the noise, and now your silence is leading the way. Every time you were misunderstood, you were actually being repositioned. Someone from your past will try to return now that they see your light. But this time, you will not need to prove anything. Your progress will speak for you. They never saw your fire because you hid it well under pain. But now your wounds have become weapons of wisdom. You're no longer afraid to rise, even if you rise alone. What broke others made you even more defined. What delayed others became your divine detour. Now you will not just walk through doors, you will break them open. Type Amen to get blessing 771. A time is coming, and it's closer than you think, where every moment you spent in the dark will make sense. Because the light you are about to walk in was built for someone like you. The mold is not just breaking, it's shattering completely. You're not returning to your old life or mindset. You are shifting to a dimension where the old cannot follow you. You will feel people around you resisting your growth. They will try to shrink you with their words and fears. But what's inside you now is no longer shrinkable. Even your silence will become too loud to ignore. Your peace will confuse those who once fed on your chaos. You've changed, and it shows, even when you don't speak. Type Amen to get blessing 990. Archangel Michael says, they thought you needed validation to move. But they underestimated your inner vision. You were never waiting for applause, you were waiting for clarity. The shift inside you is not visible to the ordinary. But to the awakened, your spirit is a beacon. You've gone from invisible to undeniable. Every closed door that once haunted you is now irrelevant. Because the path you are on doesn't require permission. Your yes comes from heaven, not from man. Some will feel jealous. Some will feel confused. Some will feel inspired, but all will feel the force of your transformation. Type Amen to get blessing 456. They said you were too quiet. Now your silence has become thunder to the ones who doubted. They said you were too soft, but your softness has created strength. This is your time to claim what you were denied. This is your season to release the old version of you. That version served its purpose, but it no longer fits your future. You're breaking the mold in ways even you didn't expect. You're walking into rooms that once rejected you. And the atmosphere is changing because you arrived different. You are no longer fighting for a seat at their table. Now, you are building your own with golden legs. And the world will come looking for what's being served from your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 122. There's a new rhythm to your breath. The way you walk now carries purpose with each step. Even the mirror reflects a glow that wasn't there before. The people who once laughed at your vision will soon ask for your advice. Because what you held quietly in your heart is manifesting publicly. You are not who they remember, you are becoming who you were always meant to be. The delay you thought was destruction was divine design. Because you needed to grow through pressure, not privilege. Now, the strength you've built is unbreakable. Everything that once felt heavy is lifting off you now. The weight you carried was never yours to begin with. Freedom is replacing the burden, and you're rising higher because of it. Type Amen to get blessing 884. Archangel Michael says, the mold that once held you back was man-made. But your spirit was never made to be manufactured. You are raw, rare, and rising beyond recognition. Every storm you survived has created a map within your soul. And now, you don't just walk through chaos, you command peace in it. The fire that almost consumed you now lights your way. They see you now, but they don't know what it took. They hear your voice now, but they don't know the silence you healed from. You carry scars, but they shine like silver in the sun. What you lost has made room for what is coming. What you gave up is being returned in triple folds. And this return has your name carved in divine ink. Type Amen to get blessing 618. Your presence is not just felt, it's remembered. Even when you walk away, your impact remains. Because your spirit carries more than energy, it carries assignment. You're not the same person who was once too afraid to speak. Now, your words carry the vibrations of destiny. You don't need to explain anymore, your actions announce you. Some will try to hold on to the version of you they were comfortable with. But that version no longer exists. You have evolved, and now the world must meet the upgraded you. You are not just breaking a mold. You are breaking a curse. And what comes next will shake generations forward. Type Amen to get blessing 319. You didn't come this far to blend in. You were born to break cycles, shake systems, and ignite change. The mold was never made for someone with your light. Every time you felt like quitting, heaven recorded your resilience. Every tear was a seed planted in sacred soil. Now, your harvest is being called forth in full power. You're walking into rooms with your head high and your hands ready. Because now, you don't beg, you build. Now, you don't ask, you activate. They thought you would stay broken. But you were just gathering your pieces to create art. You've become a masterpiece no one saw coming. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says, you are breaking the mold with grace. You are not loud, but you are loud in the spirit. And every step you take is echoing in unseen dimensions. Get ready for a table to be set that you didn't request. Because your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. And the energy you carry cannot be replicated. You're not lucky, you are aligned. You're not chosen by chance, you are chosen by force. Your walk is divine, and your journey is unique. Continue walking, chosen one. The mold didn't break by accident. It broke because your spirit grew too big for limitation. Type Amen to get blessing 787. You're not just walking into a new season. You are becoming a new atmosphere. Wherever you go now, change follows. You will see people respond differently to you. Not because you became someone else, but because you became yourself. And yourself is someone powerful, rooted, and unstoppable. Every blessing that's coming to you now was already assigned. But the mold had to break before it could arrive. Now, nothing is standing in its way. This shift is permanent. The old has been shed. You are free. You are chosen. You are rising. Type Amen to get blessing 404. You are not returning to what broke you. This time, you are walking with wisdom instead of wounds. Your silence has transformed into sacred confidence. The people who tried to stop you are now stunned into stillness. They don't know how you've come this far with so little help. But what they don't see is the divine wind behind your steps. You are not asking to be understood anymore. Your presence alone demands attention. This is what happens when a chosen one breaks the mold. The places that once rejected you will now echo with your victory. The very ground that saw you fall will now see you rise. And every whisper against you will turn into applause without your effort. Type Amen to get blessing 212. You didn't need revenge, you needed release. You didn't need recognition. You needed revelation. And now, both are arriving as a gift wrapped in peace. This shift in your spirit will make some uncomfortable. But that is not your burden to carry anymore. You have carried others for too long, now you carry light. Your voice is not trembling anymore. It is steady, certain, and filled with fire. Because the mold tried to silence you, but the Spirit raised you louder. What others feared would destroy you became the reason for your rebirth. You have outgrown your cage, and your wings are spreading wide. The sky has been waiting for your flight. Type Amen to get blessing 929. You are not stepping into blessings that are borrowed. You are stepping into what is eternally yours. It was delayed, not denied, because the old version of you wasn't ready. Now that you've broken free, the floodgates open. Not just for you, but for those connected to your breakthrough. Your win will overflow into others who were watching in silence. They doubted. They laughed. They judged. Now, they will witness. They will wonder. They will watch in awe. You are not just chosen, you are proof of what happens when obedience meets power. Don't slow down now. You've come too far to question the shift. It's time to claim what waited for your spirit to awaken. Type Amen to get blessing 678. Archangel Michael says, the chains around you weren't physical, they were spiritual. They were voices from your past, guilt from old choices, fear from unseen threats. But now, each of them has fallen off because the mold could no longer hold you. You never asked to be different, but your soul demanded it. Now, you're embracing the difference with full power. And that shift is opening doors no human hand could open. Your tears were counted. Your waiting was noticed. And your quiet strength has built a crown that can never be removed. Even the stars look down in silence at your resilience. Because you've turned pain into prophecy. And your rise is shaking foundations in unseen realms. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They will come to you pretending they always believed. But you'll know the truth, and you won't need to speak it. You'll walk in silence, and your light will expose every lie. The one who tried to copy you will be silenced. Because what you carry is not copied, it's consecrated. It was given to you when no one else saw your worth. This new you walks with purpose in their shadow. This new you doesn't seek revenge but radiates truth. And truth has no competitor, it only has confirmation. You have become a storm wrapped in silence. A fire wrapped in grace. A miracle walking on the same streets that once ignored you. Type Amen to get blessing 303. You are about to receive unexpected messages. Words that affirm, invite, and unlock things you almost gave up on. This is not a coincidence, it's the reward for staying faithful when no one saw. A person who once broke your heart will see your glow and be humbled. But you won't need to open that door again. You've risen too high to go back to what once drowned you. The mold that's broken cannot be rebuilt. It served its time, but its pieces are now behind you. Forward is your direction, and fire is your fuel. Everything you lost will now return through different forms. More stable. More pure. More suited for your new elevation. Because you are not receiving out of desperation, you're receiving with dignity. Type Amen to get blessing 611. There's something shifting in your body. Not pain, but peace. Not anxiety, but alignment. Your spirit is adjusting to the new space it's expanding into. Even your sleep will feel different now. Because you are being watched over by divine forces. Archangel Michael says, they tried to mold you into their fears. But you refused to be a reflection of their limits. Now, your reflection shows a soul that's walked through fire and smiles in sunlight. You are no longer explaining your calling. You are embodying it. And people can't argue with the evidence. Type Amen to get blessing 147. You are not waiting anymore. The season of hesitation is closed. Now is your season of declaration. Declare that you are ready. Declare that you are enough. Declare that the mold is broken and you are unstoppable. Because you are. Because you've always been. And now the world must adjust to the rhythm of your awakening. You are not just different, you are divine. You are not just brave, you are born for battle. And the victory is already being written in your name. Type Amen to get blessing 244. Your journey hasn't just changed you, it has redefined you. The same feet that once walked through mud are now walking on gold. The same heart that once trembled is now the loudest drum of resilience. There's no going back. You are not allowed to shrink anymore. Because when you shrink, the world loses a piece of the light it needs. You are rising because you must. You are rising because it's time. And this rise will leave behind a trail that will help others rise too. The mold is gone. The fear is gone. Only power remains. Type Amen to get blessing 177. Let your enemies wonder. Let your past burn gently in the background. You have nothing to prove, only paths to create. You've cried enough. Now your tears have built rivers of wisdom. And you are sailing into the future with grace as your anchor. Every no that once hurt you was making space for a divine yes. And that yes is arriving fast. Prepare, because what's coming cannot be stopped. Let the silence speak. Let your spirit rise. Let your feet walk into rooms made just for you. Type Amen to get blessing 933. You are not ordinary, and that's why the path was painful. But the pain produced power. And that power is changing everything. You are proof that breaking the mold doesn't destroy, it delivers. You are the miracle others are waiting to witness. And your light will not be dimmed again. So walk. Run. Shine. Because you are free. You are chosen. And the mold will never hold you again. Type Amen to get blessing 700. You are walking into rooms now with an energy they cannot understand. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. Awareness of who you are and what you survived without applause. There's a glow forming around you that has nothing to do with the light above. It's coming from inside, the light that darkness couldn't kill. That's why people are drawn to you and confused by you at the same time. They don't know the battles you fought in silence. They only see the strength you walk with now. But heaven saw every silent scream and lifted you when you couldn't lift yourself. This is what breaking the mold feels like. Uncomfortable for those around you. But finally, peaceful for you. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You are not walking alone anymore. Even when it looks like you're by yourself, your angels are surrounding every step. You've earned the protection through obedience in the dark. Your boundaries are now sacred. They aren't walls, they're filters. And what's not meant to be part of your future will no longer reach you. You've stopped asking for seats at the wrong tables. Because now, you're building sanctuaries where royalty like you belong. The energy of your soul no longer bends to desperation. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth. You just need to keep walking, glowing, growing. Because everything attached to your next level is already in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 300. Your feet will step into a place soon that your heart has longed for. And when you enter, you won't feel out of place, you'll feel recognized. Because that space was created with your energy in mind. They will wonder how you made it with no help. But the truth is, you had help from heaven. And that kind of help never needs to explain itself. People will claim they always supported you. But the truth will rest easy on your shoulders, and you'll have no need to defend. Because peace has replaced your need to be understood. Archangel Michael says, you have crossed the threshold where fear used to rule. Now, courage makes the rules, and your life is governed by alignment. You are no longer chasing, you are attracting what was always yours. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Every part of your story now becomes sacred. even the parts you were ashamed to tell. Because they shaped the power you carry today. You no longer cry from wounds, you cry from gratitude. For surviving. For still believing. For breaking free when everyone thought you were done. You are the mold breaker. The one who wasn't supposed to shine, but did. The one who wasn't supposed to speak, but speaks in thunder now. What's coming is not a test, it's a reward. You've passed the test. Now it's time to receive without apology. Type Amen to get blessing 569. Let no voice talk you out of your transformation. Let no doubt undo what heaven has confirmed. Let no shadow dim the light you fought to protect. You are arriving at your divine appointment on time. No delays. No detours anymore. Just destiny delivered directly. A name you forgot will reappear. Not to haunt, but to witness. Because even your past now honors the strength you carry. You're building a legacy now with your presence. Every step you take echoes into generations that will never know your name, but feel your power. That's what it means to break the mold. Type Amen to get blessing 606. The wind around you will feel different. That's not weather, it's a spiritual confirmation. The environment around you is shifting because your identity is awakening. Someone important will be drawn to you soon. Not for how you look, but for how you move. Because your energy speaks louder than words ever could. You won't have to shout to be heard. You won't have to prove anything. The right people will just know. You have entered the realm of divine recognition. Where the unseen becomes seen. And your spirit now wears the garment of elevation. Type Amen to get blessing 838. Archangel Michael says, your elevation has been approved. And the mold was never a mistake, it was just the beginning. What they used to confine you is what heaven is now using to define you. Your strength is not soft. It's quiet but fierce. And it will be felt in places your voice hasn't even reached yet. People will copy your style. But they can't duplicate your soul. What you carry cannot be cloned, it is sacred and sealed. Let them try to keep up. Let them try to understand. But your only task now is to keep rising. Type Amen to get blessing 404. Let this be your confirmation. You are breaking generational silence. You are healing timelines through your boldness. When you speak now, ancestors lean in. When you move, the earth rearranges itself for your alignment. Because this path was always ridden, but now, it is finally walked. You are no longer bound by the past. It may visit your memory, but it can't touch your direction. Because your direction is no longer shaped by fear. This is how freedom feels. This is how chosen ones move. And this is how you will lead forward. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Let your energy speak louder than their doubts. Let your peace be the protest against everything they said you couldn't do. You have risen, and nothing can push you back down now. The mold is in pieces. The cycle is broken. And your story has just begun its most powerful chapter. Walk tall. Walk free. Walk knowing you are not just a survivor, you are a rebuilder. You rebuild silently. You restore without noise. And yet, everything about your presence now screams, I was born for this. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Let the light stay on. Let your soul continue to sing even if no one hears it yet. The heavens do. And that's enough. They tried to fit you into limits. But you are limitless. Because your Creator never designed you for average. You were always meant to stand out. You were always meant to make people stop and wonder. And now, it's happening, right in front of your eyes. The mold is not just broken. It's buried. And your wings have finally stretched beyond every lie told about you. Type Amen to get blessing 313. The message is clear. You are rising in ways you never thought possible. And nothing will interrupt this divine momentum. From this day forward, walk with no doubt. Smile with no shame. And move with no explanation. You are not here to be accepted, you are here to awaken. And your awakening has already begun. Let it continue. Let it grow. Let it bless. And let everyone who ever doubted you sit back and witness the unstoppable rise of a mold breaker. Type Amen to get blessed.